What's up, guys? It is Rayshawn and Hugen. We are the Unscripted Real Artist, and in today's video, we are talking about all things artwork. And what better way or best way to talk about artwork than talking about my BFF, my bestie, my homegirl, my sister from another mister's artwork, Hugen's artwork.
Right.
Okay, so
Yeah,
Hugen's back,
I'm back. I only
and
have
she
a hand.
has
I
her
have a handful.
art.
Yes.
That's
Let's
okay.
get it good, okay? Cause it's a blast. All
So,
right.
which ones
You
are
guys could
you
probably see
featuring
that.
now?
Back there, it's blank now. It's a blank canvas back there.
Mm-hmm.
That's because I took the one that was back there because it's literally one of my favorites. Of course, we're covering all my favorites. Some of my favorites because I have a lot.
Right.
I have I'm gonna be truthful. I have over almost 50 paintings just lying around, like including the ones that are on my wall right now. It's like 50 of them. If anybody wants to take some of these off my hands, that'd be great
Please
because
take them off our
I'm
hands.
I'm running out of space for real. I'm running out of space to house these art pieces. But anyway, first one.
So what I'm
We're
gonna
gonna
say
we're gonna talk about
is,
this one
hold on,
first.
before she starts. Sorry, Huge, before you start, I like to
Uh
say
huh.
if you want to purchase any of these films, all of her beautiful art pieces, go to her Instagram, which is linked down in the description box below. Please
And
support
slide in them
this
DMs
artist.
professionally.
Right. Because if you see something that you like that she's going to feature today, please support this artist.
See, support
Okay?
a poor black female artist. You supporting a black
Support
business, basically.
that black
Small
woman over
businesses,
there.
black businesses. Let's do it.
Exactly. Exactly.
And
Exactly.
if you don't find something that you like, but you like my work, whatever, and you want to support, you could also commission me. That's also cool. Commission me. We could do this. We
Period.
could work something out. Okay.
Period.
I am open and willing. Let's do
Period.
this. All right.
Hello.
So if you have seen some of my work and you've gone onto my Instagram, you know that I've done a lot of artwork based on celebrities, so celebrity portraits. And one of my favorites
Mm.
is one that I did fairly recently because I was experimenting with acrylic gouache, and it was an interesting project because I've never worked with it before. So is this one? Wait, hold on, let me get it in the frame. I'm probably still gonna put a picture of it so you could see it clearly in all of its wonderful glory. This one is I titled it Lost because I was listening to Linkin Park's Lost. It had came out around the time that I started this. So, but
Mm-hmm.
this is a portrait of Michael B. Jordan. And of course, I did get the idea while I was listening obsessively to the song. And yeah, I had actually, because my mom's a seamstress, so she had a lot of pieces of fabric lying around. And I was like, let me do something a little different. So I have some pieces of kente cloth here and some African print, some animal print here and stuff. And the gist of it was in my mind was like a way of grief as well.
Mm-hmm.
So there are some flowers in here that I picked intentionally because they represent grief and mourning and that kind of thing because you know, as we all know, he was very close with our boy Chadwick, and you
Yeah.
know, I don't know why. I just that was the idea behind it.
She just
It
did
just
it.
came
Yeah.
to me like that. I was just very
Yeah.
inspired, and
Right.
yeah. But grief is a lot of the things that are part of the human condition, the human experience, is not bad, is not negative. And that's why I chose to do flowers because grief doesn't have to be this whole maudlin melancholy thing,
Mm-hmm.
and that's like the
Mm-hmm.
general consensus, especially with the Eurocentric sort of view of society, where it has to be this maudlin dun 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 dun, dun kind of thing about it, and it doesn't have to be that. It doesn't have to be this depressing gathering of people with
Right.
grief. You know, it could be a
Right.
celebration of that person's life and their existence. Now, to piggyback off of that one, I have this one right here. To piggyback off of that, I did paint uh this fellow right here,
That's my
Chadwick
favorite
Boseman,
one, y'all.
as you can see.
That's my favorite
I
one
know.
that she's done.
I really, oh gosh. This one's part of a series. I've done several different celebrities with this sort of flower and geometric motif, and gold motif. So basically, these flowers are called yellow jessamine. They are the state flower for North Carolina, which is where Chadwick is from.
Mm,
And of course, I chose to go with the purple because, you know, it represents royalty, all that other stuff. And all the portraits are in black and white. So, because I really wanted the faces of each person to stand out, and I used the
mm.
shapes to draw your eye to the face of the person that is the subject of the painting. So, um, of course, again, if you go
That
on my
freaking
Instagram,
thing
you'll
gives
see
me
the whole series.
chills. It gives me chills, y'all. Chills.
Yeah, I
I love
was
that painting
when
so
I was
much,
doing
man.
this, it was very shocking to me because there are times when I draw a person or paint a person and it doesn't quite look the way it needs to. It doesn't quite look
Hmm.
exactly because I'm a bit of a perfectionist when it comes to these faces when I'm trying to make a portrait of someone. I'm trying to make it as accurate as possible and I'm trying to go for realism, but and
Right.
then at the same time I have to I have a that's it's an issue for me. I'm trying to make sure now that I try to get the likeness right, the feel, the energy of the person correct now, rather than trying to go for straight like photorealism.
Right.
But I was really surprised because I got it so close, and you can like at first glance you can tell that it's meant to be Chadwick. So this is one that I'm like extremely proud of. Like this one is I don't really want to part with him, but if someone is drawn to it and enjoys the painting, and then I'll part with it. But I'll feel very sad doing so. But yeah, this one's like peak. It has a certain je ne sais quoi,
Hmm.
you know. Um, but yeah, I had to put him in that series of painting because I was very proud of it. Um, yeah.
So what's the next one?
Next one. Ooh, I have a lot. I have a lot. I will go with this one here. It kind of fell apart a little bit, but I was trying something new, you know, experimenting as you do with art. A lot of artists experiment and try new things that haven't been tried before. Is this one with the thread. So, it's a heart. It's titled Heart of Gold. I haven't yet posted this one to my Instagram yet, but it's basically based on the phrase heart of gold. It means that like you're a really good, genuine person, and so on and so forth. So you have a heart of gold, right? So that's why you could see like the gold paint down here instead of like red
Mm,
blood. You see gold paint. Um, the stars and everything is actually thread. This is actually thread. You can see how it kind of shifts in the light, which I really like. Um, I thought it would be cool to experiment and do that where it in a way it was kind of inspired by those fiber optic paintings that you see in a lot of people's houses back in the day. You know how you'd find
mm,
paintings of like the Last Supper, and it had like the fiber optic
mm,
lines coming out from Jesus's head, and they would change color and stuff.
mm,
It was kind
mm.
of inspired by that in a way, but instead of fiber optics, it's literally like gold and copper thread that I mixed
It
together.
reminds me
So
of
it's
the
like one strand of
sorry, go ahead.
it's one strand of gold, one strand of copper because the gold was a little bit too yellow for my taste, so I wanted to warm it up a bit by adding the copper thread.
It kind of reminds me of, you know, those old Bibles, the King James version and the lining of the pages, the gold lining of the
The
pages
gold,
or
the gold
whatever.
edges.
That's what
Yeah.
it. Yeah, that's what it reminds
Yeah,
me of.
that was also kind of like the vibe too. Yeah.
That was
Um
that was that was
I
what it
also did,
reminded me of.
yeah, that I can't be mad at that. I like that uh I like that appeal of those kinds of Bibles or even just books in general that has that like
Hmm.
gold paint or leafing on
Me
on the
too.
edges of the
It
pages.
gives an
It's
old
so
school
pretty. It's
vibe that I'm
gorgeous.
here with, that I'm here for.
But then I also try to experiment with lighting as well because you have like this blue lighting underneath and then you have the yellowy lighting from the glow of the heart, which is just, yeah. It was just very, it was very much inspired by biblical stuff, you know, like the Sacred Heart of Jesus and biblical imagery as well. So if you get that interpretation from it, art is subjective, you know, that's what it is. So however you interpret it is however you interpret it. It's cool. Let me see, what else do I have here? Okay. I do have this one. This is one of my first, well, not one of my first. This is literally my first celebrity portrait that I ever did, which is of Louis Tan. And yeah, I
Hmm.
just
I
got this
wanted to bust
idea
out laughing
randomly.
so hard.
Shut up, shut up, shut up. So this is one of the first celebrity portraits I did, and I just got the idea out of the blue random. Uh, and I did it. I actually have the like some of the time lapse on my personal YouTube page. Uh, but this was actually really like I was really impressed with myself at the time when I did do this. Um, because I hadn't painted water before, and you know, we often paint water as being blue, but then at the same time, it's clear. It's just reflecting the light, reflecting the color of the sky back, and that's why it looks blue. But it's actually water's actually clear, so it's just like that was hard for me to deal with as a whole. And then on top of that, I wasn't able to find a proper like reference photo of him with his eyes closed that I could use. So I had to basically like kind of pick and choose pieces like reference photos to use for that. So, and I had to like do some guesswork, which was a first for me. It was a first for me. Um, but
But I'm
yeah,
happy that I put that
it's
little
just,
gem in your ear.
huh?
I said I'm happy that I gave you that little idea to just go ahead and just do
Yeah,
that, cause
yeah.
yeah, tested the
But yeah, that
bounds with
one's
that.
titled Breathe. So, because it's almost like if you look closely, you can kind of see that he looks like either his, it's either, it could be viewed either way, where it's like either he's putting his face in the water or he's lying in the water face up. It could be viewed either way. So again, art is subjective. Uh,
Right.
so this one is another one from that flower series that I was talking about earlier. Very proud of this one because of the likeness. I'm here for it. Just yay me. Okay, London Tipton. Anyway, this one is, of course, if you know who this is, you will see who this is. All that stuff. He's kind of falling
That was a
apart right
cool
now.
one.
I don't know. I think it's the foil, the gold foil. It just didn't. Yeah. But anyway, this is John Boyega. Uh, this one is titled Costa Spectabilis because of the flowers. That's the name. That's the scientific name of the flowers. These are the national flower of Nigeria because he is of Nigerian descent. So again, I was very proud of this one because of the closeness of the likeness to the actual person in the reference photo. So again, very proud of it. Okay.
She took her time with that,
Love.
and she really did the thing, man. She really did the thing.
Yeah. I when I get an idea, and that's the thing. When I get an idea, I have to like stop what I'm doing and like at least do a sketch. I don't know if that's
Hmm.
an if that's just a me thing or if that's an artist thing in general. Like if I get a visual, I have to just stop everything and just do it.
Right.
Now, again, from the same series, because again, I'm very proud of it because of the likeness. This is my painting of Regina King. This is the California Poppy because she is an LA native. Hold on, let me pull in the frame. She is an LA native, so that is the flower of California for the state of California. So, um, yeah, I chose to do uh the squares because it would be bold enough, but also st- square shapes tend to imply stability. You know, if you know anything about character design and character art, the strong characters generally will have sort of a square shape because it's more stable. So, yeah, and this was also drawn around the time of a pivotal time in her life. So, um,
Right. And
I
it's
wanted
crazy that
to
you colored it.
bring that through.
Um, let me Google something really quick. Because if I'm not mistaken, right?
Mm-hmm.
Um, oh my gosh, please. Um,
At least on one part, these curves here. This is gold foil here. Gold transfer foil actually. So I wanted to give something else texturally to the artwork that was different from the rest. So to make it kind of part of the series, but also its own thing. So, but yeah, this one I was very impressed with myself because it looks almost like a photograph, and I'm not mad at it.
right.
Gotta trim this off. When did I do this? Jesus Christ, 2022. Okay, I did this last year. I did this last year. Yeah, I'm very proud of that one. Again, if you are interested, you know where to find me. You were gonna say something, right? You're gonna add something to the whole shebang. Okay, well, while she is googling, I'm not 100% sure what
I
she's
thought
googling.
I thought
While
his
she's
album
googling,
cover was green.
hmm,
No, I said I believe his album cover was green.
whose album cover?
Regina King's son
Oh,
before he passed.
okay. So this was, yeah, that one was done sometime after that. Um, yeah, some things are done with intent. I'm just gonna this one. Fair warning. While she's googling, I think she's still
Oh
googling,
no,
but
I'm done. I'm done.
fair
I'm done.
warning.
I'm done. Go ahead.
Oh, you're
I'll
done.
insert a
Okay.
picture of it
Um.
if I find it.
Okay. So fair warning. This one is not because I know what your guys are gonna think. Well, some people might think is that oh this is the nasty. This is sexual nature. It's not. It's really not. It's not
Here
at
she
all.
goes.
But I she already knows. My girl over here already knows what painting I'm about to show you guys because yeah, I was nervous about posting it to Instagram when I first did it because of that. Because it's not
She was
that
doing too
wasn't the
much.
intent at all of the painting. But again, art is open to interpretation, so anybody could come up with any myriad number of uh ideas, interpretations of the painting. But the intent is not at all in that way. But this is I don't remember. I think did I title this one Stitches? I think it was. But I'm gonna tell you first off, Shawn Mendes has us in a chokehold right now because every time
Yes.
you
Oh
go
my
on,
gosh.
it's always a Shawn Mendes song that pops up in the playlist randomly, and it's just like how, why, where,
Always,
why. You be
man.
listening to Beyonce, and then all of a sudden Shawn Mendes, and you're just like,
Right.
what?
And
He got
that's
us. He got us by the
crazy.
balls. Okay, he has us by the balls. But anyway,
And it's in the Beyonce
that's part of
playlist.
what prompted this painting or inspired this painting. There's a myriad number of other things that inspired this painting, but I'm not going to get into it.
Mm-hmm.
But anyway, uh, the idea behind it is supposed to be healing. Um, it's funny because I recently showed my brother this painting, and he had a completely different interpretation on it, where it's kind of like he said it was very relatable to him as a man, that it's kind of like someone getting, the closer you get to a person, the further away they are, kind of thing.
Mm,
And I think maybe what probably prompted that was because you can see the anatomical heart here, but you can also you can see it, but you can't quite see it. It's close to the surface, but it's still very much like far away. You can't reach it.
right.
So I think maybe that's what prompted that interpretation of the painting. But as you can see, if I tilt this like towards the light a little bit, you can see that the lines here are gold enamel, because it was sort of inspired by the Japanese art of kintsugi, which is basically how they repair broken earthenware, pottery and the like. Typically, usually bowls and stuff like that, things that you use with gold. They fill the cracks in with gold, and the whole like idea of that is that even though it's something that's broken, it still has its use. It still has a purpose. It's still beautiful. And that was pretty much kind of like the idea behind the painting, where it's just like, even though you're damaged, even though you are in the process of healing, they're still beautiful. You still have a purpose for living. You still have a reason for being here, and so on and so forth. So, yeah, that's pretty much the intent behind it. Whatever interpretation you have is whatever interpretation you have, but that was the intended one when during the creation of that particular piece. Um, but yeah, all of my artwork has intent, uh, and I want to be able to use my artwork to help as many people as possible with whatever the battles they're going through, because we all have them, regardless of what position you're in. If you're rich, you're poor, you are in the public eye, you're not in the public eye, you're just living your life normally, whatever it is, I just hope that all of these paintings can, all of my artwork, even, because I don't just do paintings, I do murals, I sculpt, I do a lot of different things, but I act, I screenwrite, I do a lot of all of the things that I can possibly do within the arts. I do.
Mm,
But if my work can touch someone's heart in some way, shape, or form, if it can provide some level of healing, some level of comfort, that is ultimately the goal. So, yeah. Anything you want to say before we close out?
all I'm gonna say is that I wish I said all of that at the end of my video, but yeah. I wanted to get into this video so that way you could get your shine on. Um, like she said before, if you do see any of these, or well, like I said before and she said before, if you see any of these pieces of artwork that may have touched you in some kind of way, shape, form, or fashion, um, or you want her to create something for you, commission her, and she can get right on that. But to do that, you have to hit her up on her social medias, be professional in the DMs. Don't try to hook up with my girl because she ain't taking no marriage proposals. Um,
Exactly.
Make
We
sure you
ain't, we ain't
guys,
doing that.
or you can slide in the comment section and say, "Hey, Hugin, can you?" And then she's gonna just send you a link to her Instagram. Okay? Holla at her, follow me, follow this channel, like, comment, and
Subscribe,
subscribe,
because
and we gonna
too many
catch
of you
y'all.
are watching the videos and not subscribing.
Right, right. But we're not
Come
gonna
on, tell
stress
us you
that.
love
We're
us,
not gonna stress
please.
that. But we're not gonna stress that because we know they like us. Um,
Yeah.
we're gonna keep giving you the content that you guys like, and we're gonna keep just doing our thug thizzle. But we're gonna catch you guys in the next video, and we out.